Okay, so let's say we have the problem of 491 times 37. This is what I taught the kids today to try to keep themselves organized, and so they don't get so mixed up with all the numbers that they have. First, I'm using graph paper, and I told them if they ever need to use graph paper, all they have to do is attach it to the assignment, attach it to their notebook, and that's perfectly fine. If they need to use it on the test, on the quiz, totally fine. We always have graph paper available to them. So today I taught the kids about using two different colors to help them with the numbers. So what I would do here is I would make the number in the ones column, I'm making that green, and then the number in the tens column, I'm going to make that pink. And when I do the problem, I'm going to keep switching back and forth between those colors because it's going to make it easier to see which numbers are going with either the 3 or the 7. So we start with the 7. And first, so we're going to use green, we're going to do over here 7 times 1, and we're going to get that product. We end up with a 7. We write that under the ones column. There's no need to regroup here, so we can now move on to the 7 times 9. 7 times 9 is going to give us 63. So we take the 3, we put it in the tens column, and then we regroup the 6 up there. Now we take our 7 and we multiply 7 times 4. And that's going to give us 28, but now we can't forget about the green 6 up there, so we have to add that up. And then we end up with 34 as our number. There's no more digits over here to regroup with, so we take that number 34 and we write it, the whole thing right here. Okay, then I move to my pink pen. I no longer need this number, so I'm crossing it out so it doesn't get in the way, it doesn't confuse me. And I no longer need this number, so I'm crossing that out so it doesn't get in the way and confuse me. I'm going to draw the Pokeball. I call it a Pokeball to the kids just as a fun way to try to remember to put that placeholder in to move everything over to the tens place, since we're now moving into the tens place here with our 3. And then we start again. So over here we're going to write, and this part is really important to the kids who are struggling because it keeps their numbers in order, and it helps them to see exactly what they're doing. If they're trying to do it in their head and they aren't writing this, a lot of them are getting the answers wrong. So this is very helpful to them. If you see that your child is getting a lot of the answers wrong, this is something that they really should be doing, writing these equations over on the side so that they can see where they're making their mistakes more easily. So here we've got 3 times 1 as we go over this way. And then we don't have to regroup anything, it just stays as a 3. Notice that this whole row now is going to be pink, just like the number in the tens column is pink. This whole row was green, just as the number in the ones column was green. So it's kind of matching things up, making it a little bit easier for them to see. And the same thing with the work over here on the side. Everything that worked with the 7 is green. Now everything that's going with the pink or the 3 is going to be pink. Now we do our 3 times 9, and we get 27. There's no regrouping up here, so we don't need to add anything to the 27. We put our 7 here, and up on top we have our 2. Next, we move over to 3 times 4. That's going to give us 12, but we can't forget about our regrouping up on top, so we add 2 more, and that's going to give us 14. There's no more numbers left, no digits left on this side here to regroup with, so we take the whole 14 and we put it there. If your child is doing well with this part of it, the multiplication piece, but they're often struggling with the addition piece because they're not lining their numbers up, graph paper is very important to them because it keeps all of their numbers in line. Now we add, and we go back to our regular pencil. having the regular pencil here will help them because they'll be able to notice the regroupings a bit more easily because it's going to be a contrasting color to what we have here already. So we've got our 7, 3 plus 3 gives us 6, 4 plus 7 is going to give us an 11. Now you see how much that stands out against the green. 1 plus 3 gives us 4, and 4 more makes 8, and then 1 more, put our comma in, and we have our answer. Something else that I had taught the kids that works a bit better with a 2x2 problem rather than a 3x2 problem is the turtle head. So with a 2 or a 3x2, we start and we make a little turtle head here. He's looking over to the left. We do all of these, and then when we're done, we make a turtle head turning its head and going the opposite way. It doesn't work as well with a 3x2 just because the turtle head for the 3 is going to look odd. But when you do a 2x2, it's kind of easier for them to see. But if your child is having some struggles keeping all their numbers in order, like losing track, definitely have them cross out. Try using 2 different colors. Definitely with colored pencils it would be easier than using pen because you can't erase pen, and using graph paper. And then this, I was talking to a lot of students today and I highly recommended them doing this because they were making errors when they were either multiplying or adding, and it was hard to see what their thinking was. All right, so I hope this video was helpful for you. Just a reminder, the kids are bringing home a review today. That review is due on Tuesday, and we will be having a quiz for multiplication on Thursday. Have a great weekend, folks. Take care.